So I started preparing my food, and I got the okra here. I'm gonna get one avocado, and I put some olive oil here too, so that it won't stick. It's like it creates a non-stick situation. And I'm cutting half of the brie that I've had in my refrigerator for a while. It's not bad. It's still pretty good. And so half of this is about 95 grams of this stuff, which is about like 400 calories, and I think it said online 50 grams of fat. So you combine that, you're gonna get about 72 grams of fat. So I don't think I'm gonna have the whole thing. I'm just gonna use it as dip. I'm gonna try to do something with as dip. So yeah, you'll see me prepare the rest. Maybe I'll flex a little bit. Just kidding. Anyway, so yeah, this thing, I cut it in half, but I don't know, this thing's weird. So basically all I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna put this like on the side. So when it bakes, it really does a good job. It'll like just, I think, yeah, I'll just do it like this. It'll start to caramelize. Now, I know that means it probably has like a lot of ages, but I don't really care right now. But yeah. So what I do to get the okra going is I cut the ends of it, and I also cut it in half. So I should really get some kind of plate or something to cut it on. I haven't been wanting to use the other thing, but so I just keep cutting it in half, and then put it on there, and then I'll season it too with some fenugreek or something like that. Right now I don't have fenugreek, unfortunately. I have other spices like cayenne pepper that get to work. So yeah, just do that, and it's always like kind of a struggle to get this in half, but I'm not a chef, so maybe that's why. It's like when you try to get like a certain cut, there's a tendency for the knife to kind of go out of place and be unstable, sort of. Like, see how that is? It's like, fuck, how do I get it right? So I think I've shown me doing this before, but now here we are doing the whole thing, the whole shebang. So yeah, if I have the whole thing, all this stuff, I'd probably be at about 1,300 calories, and that'd be fine with me. But I don't think I'm gonna want to have that much fat. It's just gonna be a lot of fat. So, but we'll see if I'm that hungry. Yeah. Maybe I'll be. This might be a long video just because the prep is kind of a pain, but it's still it's ready to be put. It's ready. The heat is already there, so like I don't need to wait for the heat to go up on the oven. Seems like a lot of okra, but this is a good prebiotic for those interested in fiber and all that. So it's almost like you're having chia pudding in a way, but with something else. I might even save this for Melissa when she comes over tomorrow. Yeah. By the way, I wanted to clarify something. When I was talking about the differences in approach of breaking a fast, I failed to mention that I didn't mention that what the weight in was when even though I didn't scale, like you know how I gained 7 pounds, right? Within a few days of the breaking the other fast. Well, yesterday I weighed myself. Was it this morning? Actually, this morning. It was this morning I weighed myself after the approach, and I only gained 1.2 pounds. So I was up one. I was just up at 157.2 pounds. Now, whether that was actual muscle or water retention doesn't matter, because at least we know that that's a lot better than 7 pounds, right? Because yeah, it's only one pound. Yeah, so the protein approach definitely, I would say, is definitely a better approach than trying to do all this fat all at once, like I was normally doing to break a fast. Just from weight gain alone. Now, maybe we'll see something in 2 days from now where I gained 7 pounds, from 156. Or it'll be a less of an impact. It'll be more like 5 pounds maybe if we scale it properly, because obviously it wasn't breaking a 3-day fast. So we might see that. But I have hopes that we won't, because I think I did things right this time, and I could feel it's just like we didn't, my water retention isn't that high. Like I can even see it in my muscles. Like, yeah, you're not really that much greater. So which is good, because I don't want to. I'm trying to stay low weight. That's the whole idea, is when you're cutting, you got to stay low weight. It's like, but some people don't look at it that way. Cut it in half. So I'm just basically cutting all the pieces in half. And then I'm basically going to put the seasoning on there after I put it in here. And I used to put butter, but because I'm dipping it in the Brie, you're just adding a lot too much fat. So my back hurts. Because I did so many pull-ups, and I don't usually work out like my back all the time or every day. Just trying to get that protein going, the effect. Synthesis. So that I can increase or decrease my body fat percentage. Do whatever it takes to do that. Except for intentionally bulking. Feels like life is on pause because I'm doing all this stuff, in a way. It's like I want to have that deep dish pizza every once in a while. I want to be able to have a piece of cake. I want to be able to go to Pete's and get and order like a fancy drink. It's like, no, you can't do that yet, man. Because then you're gonna get up back to 17-18% body fat, and that's fine if you don't care that much, but it's like you got a fucking goal, man. And once you're lean, you're gonna see what life is like. It's like, oh shit, I unlocked the secret of life. No, I don't know about that, but it's not so much of a secret. It's more like it's like for me, like it's like I discovered something. It's like, oh yeah, I probably look better lean. That kind of thing. Now some people would disagree, but they don't live my life like I live my life. So. I mean, we're not just talking about like, opposite sex kind of situation. We're talking about promotions. We're talking about interactions with coworkers. Just everything that goes back to like when you first started off, your whole life. You're like, oh, people are fucking superficial. And there's nothing wrong with that because they have to simplify things, you know? They can't just try to get deep into who you are. It has to be more obvious, you know? It's like, oh, is that how that works? It's like, oh yeah, people don't understand you because you're not understandable. Oh, duh. I'm just saying, you know. And then there's the assholes that are just going to be assholes. Like, I just realized, like, certain people's opinions don't matter. But on one hand, they matter, and they don't. And on the other hand, they don't matter. Like my aunt, she's like 80 years old. She told me 2 years ago, looks like you gain a lot of weight. And I basically, now that I think about it, I basically was like, well, fuck her. Like, why does her opinion matter? She's like out here smoking. She needs to lose more weight than me. I was just like, at the time, I didn't even value her opinion. I was like, well, fuck this woman. If she's gonna say all this shit, I don't give a fuck, you know. And I understand, like, you know, it's like I understand why I had that opinion, you know. And I still have that opinion. Her opinion doesn't matter, but she was kind of right. I mean, I have to say that if I'm looking back, I'm like, she was kind of right, you know. But at the same time, it's like, fuck people that say that, you know. They make comments like that. That's how I look at things. I mean, it would have been different if it was a guy that I respected tell me, hey, you know, you need to lose weight. If it was a person I respected deeply, like somebody in engineering or something like that, like, hey, you know what, let me sit down with you and let me tell you something. Unfortunately, like, it's good that you don't smoke, you don't do this. I'm just saying, like, like a theoretical conversation. Like, imagine, unfortunately, he passed away about 3 years ago. Structural engineering guy, Japanese dude. He lived in Cemetery. I forgot his name. But if he were to sit down with me and say, I realize you don't smoke, you don't do anything like that, but appearances really matter. And I hate to say this, but I mean this in a respectable way. If you show up in a room and you're one of the heavier persons, they're going to have a really hard time respecting what you're saying. If you would have sat down with me and said that, I would have been like, you know, and especially if you would have had an argument, like medically, if you would have said, you know, there's a correlation with weight and triglyceride levels, and I found that blah, 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 you know, triglycerides are too high at this point, and that means that you can have plaque early on. If you get under a certain weight, if you go to this BMI, at this body fat percentage, blah, 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 then that's more ideal. I'm not sure where you're at, but I'm just letting you know that these are the numbers. Like, imagine if that's the conversation that we were having, you know, with a respectable person. I'd be like, he's probably right. I need to lose weight. Like, I just didn't, you know. But if you get some random person like off the street that looks like a freaking bum saying, hey, you look like you gained weight, it's like, dude, why would you value their opinion? They could be completely wrong. They don't really know what they're talking about. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, you know. But so I just didn't really understand that. I couldn't generalize enough back then. But now I understand. It's like, yeah, you want to be a leaner look is better on me. It just is. Whether it's health markers or whatever you want to call it, or just like it for anything really. So yeah, I got the avocado. I'm gonna put it to the side, and then I'm just gonna bake everything. And I'm gonna season. So this is starting to look pretty good. Actually, even though there's no seasoning yet. I really want to put olive oil and stuff like that on it, but I'm not going to because it's just gonna add to fats. So yeah, I'm getting the cayenne pepper. And then some turmeric. I just kind of like to smother everything together. Yeah, a lot of, yeah, it's interesting. Okay, and then I do have a little bit of adobo. I'm gonna put that on there. Even though it's probably like a combination of whatever I'm putting anyway, so. I'm gonna set it for 30 minutes. And yeah, some rosemary on there. Let's see, what else? Thyme. And yeah, I think, yeah, about 30 minutes. I don't think it needs that much time. It just depends on what I see. And then I'm gonna mix half of one avocado with half of this to make it like a mix. So here we go. I'm just gonna put it in there. And we'll see how things go. Don't think I need anything else. Okay, here we go. Bake it for 30 minutes, put it on there. Thanks for watching.